You are listening to In Between Sales Calls with Derek Shebby, episode 3. Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. I'm just coming off an amazing weekend celebrating my youngest son, Bowden. It was his 4th birthday, and so we planned all these different things around it. We did Disneyland. He's really into Star Wars right now, so we met Darth Vader, which was pretty cool. And we even had a small get-together at our house. It's weekends like this that really put into perspective what matters in life. And no, I'm not referring to putting Star Wars as a priority or Disneyland as a priority in your life. I'm talking about friends, family, and having that balance for your own personal life outside of work. Last week, we spoke about the importance of looking at your week and setting it up so you never had to be worried about your future in sales. Well, it's just as critical to schedule time for that balance in your life, for your friends, for your family. Make sure you're doing that. We'll dive into that more into a later episode. Okay, I want to talk today about your sales pitch. Your messaging, your talk track, your script, your value proposition you're using to set appointments on the phone, in person, through emails, specifically whatever it is that you're using to set appointments. So here's a question for all of you. How many decision makers reached does it take you to set one appointment? Do you know what that stat is for you? Is it 10 decision makers that pick up the phone or that answer to set one appointment? Maybe it's 20 decision makers, 30, 40. How many does it take for you to set one appointment? How many interactions do you need? No idea? Well, top sales professionals know their ratios. They track them. They understand that when they clearly understand their ratios, they know where they need to spend more time getting coached, to practice, where they need more support in order to make more money. Because if they fix that one area, they know that the ratios are going to result in more money. It's math. So if you're not tracking your prospecting ratios, it's time to start. After all, sales is a numbers game, and that means that we should be using math to determine where we need to improve. So the first success habit today for you to write down is to start tracking your prospecting ratios. If you're not sure where to start, don't worry. We'll dive into success tracking ratios in a later episode. In regards to your sales pitch itself, I have a few success habits that could help you improve your results when looking to set appointments. Here's the first habit for you today, first success habit. Don't forget what it feels like to be a consumer when someone is trying to sell you. What do I mean by that? When is the last time you bought something from someone who called you over the phone? You picked up the call and you bought something significant from some person you didn't know before right over the phone in that first call. Can you think of one? That's why you always hear people saying in business-to-business sales, don't sell over the phone. And it's true, you shouldn't. Because we as consumers don't buy over the phone like that, right? We don't buy on an impulse over the phone. It just doesn't happen. You may or may not realize that your sales pitch sells over the phone. Here's 3 things that'll happen to you if you're selling over the phone. The first thing is the customer will just hang up the phone on you mid-talk track, mid-sales pitch. And that's not always fun, right? The second thing that'll happen to you is they'll say something like, I'm not interested, just to be polite. And then they'll hang up the phone on you. But you can relate. You've done that too in the past, I imagine, when someone tried to sell you something over the phone. It's normal. The third thing that'll happen to you is they'll say something like, I already have something like that today, or we're good. We already have a vendor that handles that for us. And then they'll hang up the phone on you. By the way, you should be prepared for all 3 of those responses. That's just a quick tip there. Listen, you're always better off selling the appointment versus selling your products or services over the phone. I know what you might be saying though. Derek, but we sell our products, we do everything over the phone. Listen, that's okay, and that's totally fine too. My recommendation for you then is to sell just a 5-minute meeting over the phone. So if you can't meet with them face-to-face like other B2B salespeople do, and your business is predominantly over the phone, that's okay. Just set a 5-minute meeting over the phone then. No matter the circumstance, if you're selling the appointment, what'll happen is the next time you talk to that customer, they're going to be open, listening, and a little bit more receptive to whatever it is that you're selling. Because when you meet next, they're ready for you. They're not ready for you right now, and you're not going to close any deals with the customer not thinking clearly about your product or service. They're more likely going to give you some objection and hang up the phone. Our customers, just like us, just like consumers, need the time to consider if what we're selling can make an improvement in their business. So that's my first tip. Don't forget what it feels like to be a consumer when someone is trying to sell you. Sell the appointment on the first call and not your products or services. My second habit for you is you've got to make sure that your sales pitch makes the customer just as interested in meeting with you as you are interested in meeting with them. Because I know you're pretty interested about setting appointments. That's a big priority for you. But make sure that whatever it is that you're selling gets the customer just as excited and interested in meeting with you as you are with them. So what do I mean by that? I'm going to give you the worst case scenario. The sales script that makes me want to vomit sounds like this. And you might be saying it, or you might have heard it, but if you are, you got to change this right away. Hi, I'm Derek, and we help companies in your industry, and I think I can help you too. That's why I'd like to set up a meeting. Every time I hear that, I cringe. It's garbage. You can't be saying that. It doesn't say anything. Why is the customer going to want to meet with you when you don't say anything? Your sales pitch should be bringing insight to their business. It should spark curiosity, that they should want to know more about what you have to say in that meeting, because you're bringing information then that could help their business. So I recommend you make sure your talk track has that level of insight, intrigue, and a little bit of tease involved to make sure the customer wants to meet with you in an appointment. Here's what I mean by insight. Teaching the client something that they could either learn about or validate their current situation that they already know about. You've got to reinforce. Bringing insight reinforces that you are someone that has information to share that could help them. Your message should bring intrigue to them, should make them curious. It should let them know that there's things that could improve in some way that matters to them. It should tease them a little bit with more information you could share in that appointment that you'd like to schedule. And that's how they'll get the information, the only way, by meeting with your company on the appointment or the next call. Here's an example. Hi, I'm Derek, and I head up the Modern Sales Training Academy. The reason for my reaching out is to set up a brief visit with you to share how we've helped sales teams all around the world increase their return on investment on their sales onboarding programs by taking over the fundamentals of learning how to sell in today's modern era and setting their salespeople on a path of long-term sales success. Now, I'm not sure if we could be a resource for you. That's why I think we should set up a brief call. How does Tuesday at 10 or Wednesday at 2 sound? Now, that's just an example. When you have one for yourself, the next step is to use it, track the results, and continue to tweak as we go. And don't forget to role play as much as possible so you sound great doing it. So to recap, the second success habit is you've got to make sure that your sales pitch makes the customer just as interested in meeting with you as you are interested in meeting with them. All right, keep working on improving that sales pitch, keep tracking your ratios, and you're on your way to making more money in your sales career. That's it for episode number 3. Thank you, everyone, for giving me the chance to join you on your sales journey. See you next time. Hey, if you enjoyed listening to this podcast, then you have to come check out my free 5-day sales training course of my proven Sales in 21 Days program. I designed it to help you make more money in sales. Whether you're looking for a fast start or just looking to sharpen your skills, you can't afford to miss it. Come get free access today over at www.salesin21days.com. That's www.salesin21days.com. I'd love to have you join the program. See you there.